In this video, I'll demonstrate how to set up identity verification in Slate. This is a functionality that is designed to prevent fraud. Technolutions have provided detailed instructions. However, there are a couple areas that it's not quite as clear, and thus the reason for this tutorial. So I'll take you step by step on how to set this up, and I'll post a link to the directions in the video description. As outlined in the directions, there are 3 steps to it. First, you have to configure the application page, what the students see. In step 2, you create checklist items. And then step 3 is how to create rules for applying the checklist item. As far as the big picture goes, it's actually simpler than you think. First, go to the identity verification as part of the application process, or this is the area what the students will see when they have to complete the verification. As far as the setup for this, it's actually pretty simple once you understand how it works. So you typically search for the record first, then you'd go under the Profile tab, and then the Verifications option on the right-hand side. Then under Live, you'll enable the Live option. Then you'll select the default account or whatever account you want to use for verifications. Notice that you'll be charged 2 credits per verification. And then this is the link that you'd send to the student either as part of a checklist form or via mailing or a direct message to complete the verification. Now, once they receive that link, they'll get a message very similar to this one up here that you have been requested to complete the verification and so on. One thing to note is that this link is not unique for every record, and that's not clear from the directions. It's actually the institutional link for the verification. So it's unique for the institution, but not for each record that you are trying to get the verification. So the key there is just to send that link, and then the system is going to match the record with your instance of Slate and will charge you 2 credits per verification. Again, this is high level still here. In the case verified student, that verification will show up under the profile area and then verifications. And if it has passed the verification, it's going to mark it as approved and the date of the approval. Now, counselors can also delete the verification and allow the student to try again. This uses a Stripe platform for verification. Basically, the student is taking their government ID and scanning it through their mobile phone, then take a picture of themselves and to make sure that it matches that of the government ID. Now, as part of the verification for the U.S. citizens, it verifies or it checks against the social security number, also the picture that they take of themselves. It verifies it against the government ID, and also it posts it for you as part of the verification. The simplest way to implement this is you can do it on demand for specific students that you suspect. So you go to any of the accounts, search for them, go to Profile, go to Verifications, and then copy this link over here and then send them that link. Prior to sending that link, you have to enable the verification message as part of the Slate setup. So to do that, you'd go here under the database, then application editor, and then person scoped configuration. Once you're in person scoped configuration, click on verify, and then under general settings, click on it, and then change this message. So this is what the students will see after they click on the link that you sent to them. And obviously this is customizable. So this is for the whole Slate instance. After you have enabled it as part of the application, you know how to get the link so far. Now the next step is to create a checklist item, because in some cases you want to have this apply automatically as part of the checklist item for those that are applying for a specific program or degree level and so on. So to do that, go to database and then select checklists. And then under checklists, you need to create a new item. Now, in my case, I have already created it. And at this point, all that you're doing is you're selecting and making sure it's an active checklist item, and then the folder where you want to post it, and then also the scope. In this case, we are going to apply to the person and application scope, and then a name, how it's going to display on the portal for that record, or for the counselors to view and apply as part of the checklist items. And then here under the URL, this is where you'd have your Slate instance and also the ID, the account ID. Now, this is that link that I displayed earlier from your instance. So you can go to any of the records, profile, verifications, and then enable a default account. It's this link over here. So you'd copy that link, and that would be part of your instance URL. In my case, for privacy reasons, I have cropped this. Now, the key, you can make it whatever you want. So that's how you create a checklist item. Now, to add a checklist item to a record manually, obviously you'd go to an application and then click on Insert Requirement, then Checklist, and then in my case it's Identity Verification, and then press Save. So this is adding the checklist item manually. Obviously, as I noted earlier, you could have sent the student an email with that direct link to ask them to complete their identity verification. Now, the nice thing about checklist items is that you can also create a criteria for the fulfillment of the checklist item. Now, if you want this checklist item to be applied automatically to a group of students or to all the students, you can go under your Slate instance, go under Rules, and then add a new rule. In this case, the key here is that I want this rule to be an application scoped rule. So the type, it's going to be checklist item. So when you go to add a new rule, you're going to need to select checklist, the checklist type, and then the base, it needs to be application. So again, you're going to pick configurable joins. The category is going to be records. The base, it's going to be application, and then the type of rule, you're going to select checklist. And then as far as the rule trigger, you can leave it upon update, and initially you can have it as previewed rule until you're ready to activate it. As far as the rule itself, again, the base needs to be application, then the checklist type. Now in my case, I also needed to join the person because the fields related to identity verification are person-scoped fields. Then we need to create a subquery filter. Click on the subquery filter, put the name, the type dependent subquery, and then the exports. You're joining the person verifications initially. And then once you have joined the person verifications, notice you can select values from the verifications table that is related to the person record. So in this case, I'm looking for the export, the field verified, and it's joining the person record. In most circumstances, if it doesn't exist, that's when you want to post this checklist item as part of the specific population. So in your case, you might have to specify in here that if they're not verified, so if it doesn't exist, that's when you apply the checklist item. In our case, we have it so that if they are verified already, then we are putting a checklist item on their portal, but we are marking it as received. So the checklist item in our case, it's not just posting it as a requirement on their portal, but it's updating the status, marking it as received. In your case, if you had the option from here that if it doesn't exist, If not exists and you want to add it automatically as a checklist item for everyone, then change the checklist here to the action to add it as new. So I hope that makes sense. With this rule, we are just making it that the identity verification was completed from the application tab. Now, once the identity verification has been completed, the system is going to put the check mark here automatically as part of the checklist requirements. So that's how you set up the identity verification in Slate. Again, it's easier than you think, and you can simply start by using that URL for your Slate instance. Email the students, but it would be advantageous to also add the checklist items and the rule to mark the checklist item as completed upon verification of the identity.